Jeans are iconic. For decades, jeans have been at the heart of countless fashion collections, but the way they're made typically causes waste and pollution. Making jeans requires large amounts of resources, such as pesticides, water, and energy, and the way they're designed and constructed makes them difficult to remake and recycle after use. They are no exception to the industry's take, make, waste approach. The Jeans Redesign started with a question. Can we design and make jeans to be fit for a circular economy today? I'm Jules Lennon, fashion lead at the Ellen MacArthur Foundation. The foundation's mission is to eliminate waste and pollution, circulate products and materials, and regenerate nature. That is a circular economy. In 2019, we launched the Jeans Redesign project. Today, we're working with 100 brands, fabric mills, and garment manufacturers as they redesign some of their jeans to be fit for a circular economy. While there are a lot of criteria that organizations need to meet at the same time, it basically comes down to three things. Firstly, the jeans need to be used more. So for that, we are designing them to last longer, to be durable, and also kept in use. Things like rental, repair, resale. The second thing is, the jeans need to be made again, so that they can be disassembled, remade, and recycled after maximum use. And the third thing is that the jeans need to be made from safe and recycled or renewable inputs. So considering the materials and the components that are used and the way they are constructed, so if anything in the process is hazardous to human health or the environment, it needs to be designed out. And what this means is not only redesigning the products of the future, but also the services, supply chains, and business models that will deliver those products and keep them in use. Traditional jeans have metal hardware components added to them, be that buttons or zips. But because they're fixed, when it comes to recycling, it's really difficult for recyclers to deal with them. And so typically, a lot of the fabric that's associated with those buttons or zippers would just be cut off and landfilled or incinerated. Through the Jeans Redesign, organizations are exploring alternatives that mean those hardware components can be disassembled and then the rest of the fabric can be recycled back into new jeans. Primark is one of the 100 Jeans Redesign participants, which means that they're part of our network of businesses, policymakers, and NGOs working together to learn about the circular economy and also to demonstrate action towards it. I'm off to catch up with Nick, the circular product lead for Primark Cares, to hear how things have been going since they joined the project in 2021.
Lovely to see you. How's Jenny?
Good, yeah.
We're both wearing jeans today. I'm wearing redesigned jeans. You're wearing a redesigned t-shirt.
Yes.
These are iconic wardrobe staples.
Yeah.
Can you tell me about how you got started with the Jeans Redesign?
If we hadn't got involved, we wouldn't have had that starting point of what does a more circular product look like. So we created a collection to meet the Jeans Redesign guidelines. Customers really, really like not just the redesign, but the products that we've launched since then under the circular product standard. Where we've moved to is 35 options across denim, t-shirts, jackets. That's what this is all about for us. Making sure that we can apply these principles of, for example, recyclability, durability. The Jeans Redesign was a really useful prototype for us to understand how do we learn from that and grow that into the business.
How are you working with others?
We don't make clothing in a vacuum. We work with suppliers, we work with manufacturers, we work with fiber providers to make the clothing that you see here. So we need to work with those guys, take them on the journey, understand their challenges, understand the things that they need to do differently to help us collectively arrive at this point where we have more circular clothing in our ranges.
You'll be pleased to see.
Oh, they don't have rivets.
No rivets.
This is excellent. Look, that's really good.
The industry has to future-proof itself to enable this vision of a circular economy to come to life. So yes, it does cost more, for example, when you're looking at a pair of jeans and trying to make more of that cotton versus polyester in terms of pocketing. For example, there is a premium to pay, but if we don't make that investment now, we won't see the dividends being paid for the future.
Some people at home might be wondering, what is Primark doing in this space?
We absolutely recognise that a lot needs to change. Circular design is the first step of many steps. We very strongly believe that more sustainable clothing should be affordable and accessible for all. And as part of that, we know that we have a huge role to play in influencing that. You know, we are a big retailer, we operate at scale. So how can we use that influence, that scale for good?
So how do you feel looking back on what you've achieved so far?
Overwhelmed sometimes. It's been a very, very long journey. But I think we've got the energy now to start applying this to more products, to wider ranges of our product areas, and to start keeping our people upskilled so they can use this, reuse this, and reapply these principles in the future.
The entire fashion industry needs to change. Doesn't matter if you're high street, luxury, or somewhere in between. If you're part of the problem today, you can and should be part of the solution, because you have the power to change the way you design, make, and use your clothes. Fast forward to now, there are 100 organizations across the global fashion value chain who have committed to design and make jeans according to these guidelines, resulting in brands bringing more than 1.5 million pairs of jeans to market in 2023. I'm wearing a pair of redesigned jeans today. They didn't exist 4 years ago. We know where solutions exist. We now need to focus on redesigning the system that those products enter. Redesigning jeans is just the beginning. The question is no longer whether a circular economy for fashion is possible, but what we will do together to make it the norm. Seeing organizations think completely differently about the way they do business is what makes me believe that we're going to get there.